each and every well-known brand in the industry. There was more than just idle talk now. They play with me, Chrisean wrote in the chat log, and I clicked the transmit button. They kept all of their filth for me. Nobody is invincible in this game. Message number 1 was blazing. The internet is in flames once more. Blueface was no longer the only thing people spoke about. What Chrisean Rock said hinted at something much more important. As they say, an industrial death switch. If she had truly kept receipts on a number of significant participants, such as old texts, taped films, and unreleased voice notes, the consequences might have gone well beyond her personal drama. Running blogs about hip-hop like the industry. Kill switch headlines for Chrisean Rocks. With the standby receipts, what is Chrisean holding? Perhaps Chrisean Rock will expose the entire industry. Fact or cap? The makers of TikTok immediately took over. Within hours, videos destroyed the potential reach of Chrisean's threat. People were uploading videos of past interviews, Instagram, lives, and old feuds side by side in an effort to piece together possible targets. She might have information regarding musicians who had worked covertly with Blueface, including unreleased songs linked to still secret contracts, unapproved features, and unpaid royalties, it is widely believed. Another idea concerned private matters, secret liaisons, and situations covered by NDAs that Chrisean had seen firsthand. Everyone must remember, in a now viral video, one TikTok creator said that Chrisean wasn't just any girlfriend. She worked backstage in the studio, on tour, and at award shows. She had visions. Sounds reached her ears. If, as she says, she maintained receipts, it could seriously muck things up. Rap Twitter developed as an independent investigative agency. The purpose of the thread was to track Chrisean's life story over the past 2 years, including the parties she went to, the people she was seen with, and the musicians who unfollowed her behind her back. More than 20,000 people retweeted a thread that gave a list. Chrisean was spotted at Diddy's after party in Miami that night. She hinted at a brief, since deleted collaboration with a female rapper associated with Cardi B in 2024 through intermittent tweets that some people now regarded as coded warnings. But then some of her supporters started begging her to stop. The reactions on her Instagram were overwhelming. Avoid burning everything, Chrisean. That's not possible with your talent. It's not this, sis. You are hurting yourself more than you're hurting others. However, just as many pushed her ahead. Press send, unplug it. Allow them to all be seen. Were we ready? Furthermore, insider blogs implied that while all of this was taking place in public, labels were in a panic behind the scenes. An anonymous source claimed on a popular gossip website that a number of label executives had directly tried to negotiate with Chrisean's side. She isn't bluffing at all. Screenshots that have not yet been released to the public are already in circulation, the source claims. Some of them have the potential to ruin careers overnight. With this discovery, things only became worse. Now, not just fans were watching. Industry insiders were watching her every move, making quiet calls, and looking for ways to keep things under control before they got out of hand. And that's the problem with a danger like Chrisean's. The system will be rocked by the prospect alone, even if she never delivers a single file. A wider conversation concerning power in hip-hop culture, especially in relation to women in the industry, was also spurred by it. When women like Chrisean speak up on podcasts and live stream panels, they are often labeled as messy or crazy, according to commentators. But what if those same ladies had been stifled or neglected until they were compelled to send? Drama isn't the only element at play here. On the Joe Budden show, one speaker questioned, "This is about control. Who really has it? The artists, the labels, or the ones holding the receipts?" Chrisean said nothing at all during the conversation. There were no Instagram live posts or follow-ups, just that one chat log that was circling the internet like a ticking clock. People were constantly refreshing her pages, expecting her to do it. Some thought it was only a fright and that she wouldn't approach. Others said she had shown before that she wasn't afraid to blow things up if she was put under enough strain. Another story that emerged as the sun was going down that evening was that several prominent rappers and label executives had formed a private group chat, particularly to decide how to best address the Chrisean issue. Sort of like a crisis control room. Assuming that was true, it showed how far things had escalated. Currently, the entire company is holding its breath with only one log of conversations and one message. Musicians who had previously publicly denounced her suddenly quit following her at the same time. These musicians were endorsed by blue checks, who had championed Chrisean in interviews, shouted at her during live streams, and reposted her songs for months. Even screenshots of their receipts were preserved by some followers as proof of the exact moment those followers disappeared. Names that were previously champions. They were now apart as Chrisean ascended on the field. Rap blogs displayed comparisons side by side. View the list of people who unfollowed Chrisean Rock the day before. Not merely minor influencers, but major figures. The entire business appears to have silently concurred. It was too risky. Meanwhile, radio broadcasters and podcast crews debated whether Chrisean was trying to protect herself or enslave society as a whole. It was portrayed as self-preservation by some. Take a look, man. Some of these people probably tried to play her. Others saw it differently. On a morning show, the presenter said, "If Chrisean's got receipts, that's her leverage. In this industry, if you don't protect yourself, they eat you alive." That's true. But they're now using it to threaten other people. An argument broke out on a popular hip-hop podcast. Fed, defending himself solely, is holding the entire game hostage. All of the artists, labels, and teams are on edge because of one person. It's dangerous. The conversation went on. Out of fear of becoming involved in the fight, a major streaming company reportedly halted a planned documentary series on Chrisean. Insiders said the platform had been working on a multi-part documentary that chronicled her journey from viral hit to industry mainstay. Making a Shot had come to an end months earlier. The offer, which was supposed to roll out next quarter, has been put on hold. A big scandal could result from a mistake they don't want to make. An anonymous producer told a hip-hop media site, "If Chrisean does begin to share his files, every headline will highlight that rather than the doc. If it becomes legal, nobody wants their name linked to that mess." There has also been no retraction, apology, or public backtracking. Chrisean doubled down, as is customary for Chrisean Rock. Rather than sit silent or issue a well-crafted PR statement, she decided to lean into the storm. She followed up with an Instagram story that was neither a long video nor a detailed post. It was simple black with white text on it. "Find out in relation to me. No, I don't fold." The single line became a trending hashtag in less than an hour. Supporters reposted it. Detractors reposted it. Those who had not even been following the news jumped in since it seemed to be the next viral moment. Meanwhile, she saw a spike in her Spotify streams. She forced others who were debating whether she had gone too far to listen. One thing was for sure, whether you liked her or not, Chrisean Rock just proved the most dangerous person in music right now isn't holding a mic, hitting the one holding receipts. That's the issue, according to a tweet from an industry analyst. Chrisean had no intention of surrendering. Not podcasts or billion-dollar platforms, but a un.mod put a stop to her projects. If anything, it appeared that she had already accepted whatever would happen next. Chrisean Rock had a vital role in the industry's impact preparations. These days, it's not only about viral chaos and toxic energy. On Instagram stories, she calmly wrote, "Y'all aren't ready for what I really got. Play with me if you want. Love me or hate me. I'm still the topic." When it comes to control, authority, and narrative ownership, people are wondering if Chrisean Rock is the only one who has the courage to reveal the game's true nature or if he is the antagonist. The magnitude of the blackmail actually out there? And who will be the next to risk everything to challenge her? If you require help converting all of the data into a formal script, analysis, or editorial piece, answer yes. If you're looking for ideas, I can also help with outlining the plot of this story's second part. Want to look at it more? She is being begged to cancel permanently by the other half. Large labels stop speaking. Chrisean posts a single narrative. Slide with a laughing emoji. No words and no commentary. Meanwhile, other musicians leave enigmatic comments like "time to clean house." Real music only from here on. A diss song cannot compare to the impact of her silence. At this point, the query is not whether Christian Rock has completed his work. The question of whether the entire industry will survive seems to be in her mind. Because in a field where status, image, and tightly controlled public relations are all important, one person breaching the rules changes everything. Here's the breakdown in real terms. Christian's portrayal has evolved beyond being a turbulent figure seeking attention or generating headlines. She has become a flashpoint in culture in real time. She is either a symbol of power against a sector of the economy that silences women, or she is a self-destructive force ready to destroy all around her, depending on who you ask. The center ground has vanished. Twitter conversations, podcasts, and YouTube breakdowns are all being ignored. Others believe that what Chrisean is doing has been a goal for many women in the industry for years, drawing attention to the politics and letting the audience know how the real world functions behind the music and the celebrities. How often have we heard women complain about being treated unfairly in this industry? One participant said in a Breakfast Club piece, "She's got more courage than most of these dudes combined. Chrisean is the first who doesn't care what burns down in the process." Critics, however, argue that she is in a downward spiral, that this has nothing to do with speaking up or pursuing justice, that she feels duped, and that she wants to ruin everything. She's acting like she's her own worst enemy. One radio host said bluntly, "There's a difference between calling out bad behavior and waving around a flash drive like a threat. That's destruction, not bravery." The documentary trailer has become the version of DEFCON 1 in the industry. That was revealed late last night, according to leaks. Chrisean's inspirational soft-focus trailer from a few months back wasn't about her leaving the front lines. It isn't cooked. It isn't filtered. Above all, some faces are not blurred. The pirated footage has been circulating on Reddit and other niche hip-hop websites. Chrisean is said to be sitting in a dimly lit room and speaking directly into the camera. No glitz or makeup, just plain, unadorned confessions. It cuts after that. A flashing video. After parties, backstage events, studio sessions, and faces. At award shows a little blurry, but not entirely. Sufficient for insiders to start speculating. The impact of the leaked clip, which is less than 2 minutes long, appears to outstrip the careers of many performers. As soon as the video was released, fans and industry insiders began to freeze frame it in an effort to identify every area and background character. Conjectures started to circulate. Did an A-list rapper attend that house party? Was that someone being handed something by a Grammy-winning producer off camera? Even though no one was certain, the ranks were terrified by the unknown. If the fuzzy faces are real and this trailer is real, there is no going back. One insider tweeted, "As soon as it appears on a major platform, it's open season. At this point, the platform that funded the documentary must decide whether to actually release it, especially as the industry pressure increases." Reports indicate that legal teams, publicists, and label executives have been trying to figure out whether they can block the project before it goes live. But the catch is that Chrisean owns her footage, and sources close to her team confirmed that she negotiated for full creative control before signing the DocuSource deal, meaning that even if the platform backs out, she could theoretically release the entire thing independently on YouTube, on her own website, or even as a paid drop on a subscription platform. This is what has everyone on edge because Chrisean doesn't follow industry rules, and her entire brand and rise have been built on breaking the law. The old school versus new school narrative deepens, with older artists supporting the Antics diss track and younger fans defending Chrisean as the product of a system that was always broken. If you're looking to expand this into a structured, scripted social media campaign concept, the Tay Doki series episode is out. If you need help summarizing it for an editorial or article, please let me know. As one fan explained in a widely shared TikTok comment, Chrisean Rock doesn't just burn bridges, she posts the flames in for 1,000, sells the matches, and then walks off with the entire industry watching. This is the honest breakdown. Chrisean Rock is no longer just a rapper. At this point, she's a walking media event, a divisive figure with what she claims are receipts that could change careers, reputations, and possibly legal futures. The documentary's escalated things beyond music, and if she actually has files on executives, ghostwriters, phony relationships, and even political TIs, then it's not just hip-hop watching anymore. I can format it however you want. Bullet points, formal editorial, marketing script, or even character breakdowns. The question that the entire culture is currently debating is whether to finally expose the truth or permanently blacklist her. The public is divided. Some believe she is blowing up a corrupt system from the inside out, while others say she is simply speaking out more about the worst parts of the industry she claims to be exposing. If you need help transforming this into a formal write-up, like an op-ed piece, social media post, or structured video script, I can help shape it for an editorial or a think piece for a blog, magazine, or newsletter, a scripted video or podcast episode, or a fictionalized version. If you want to turn this into a story or a series concept, do you want to move forward with one of those formats, or are you thinking of something else? The question is whether you want to expose the truth or permanently blacklist her. It's not just about whether Chrisean releases the full documentaries or leaks a new voice memo. It's about what's behind the scenes, those 10 major revelations that could completely change our understanding of the hip-hop industry. Already, Reddit threads and Twitter spaces are ablaze with speculation, with fans piecing together timelines, revisiting old interviews, and zooming in on grainy freeze frames from the leaked trailer. Let's see what you think will happen next. The truth is that this story is still a work in progress. There are rumors that Chrisean may reveal contracts where artists sign away creative rights or personal footage without realizing it. Some fans believe Chrisean has texts or footage exposing some of the biggest names in rap cheating on their hyper partners. Label payoff schemes. There is growing talk that Chrisean has evidence that some labels pay influencers and blogs to bury negative press, which could spark a whole new conversation about media manipulation in the music industry. Leverage surrounding her own footage ownership. Quiet settlements. Some fans pointed out hints that Chrisean might have documents showing settlements between artists and accusers, possibly involving harassment or worse. If names are attached to that, it could quickly lead to real-world consequences. Secrets about substance abuse. Some TikTok creators have speculated that Chrisean might reveal which artists were using behind the scenes during music video shoots or club appearances. Fake relationship deals. Fans think Chrisean has receipts that show some celebrity couples are actually PR setups, relationships manufactured to boost streaming numbers, album rolls, or social media followings. And ghostwriting drama. The most popular theory is that Chrisean is holding back a complete master file video and audio screenshots that could be released all at once if pushed too far, supported by shared lyric sheets or videos of studio sessions. Some speculate that Chrisean may reveal which rappers aren't writing their own lyrics. Others theorize that she named names artists and producers who were blacklisted for speaking out or declining deals that could permanently damage careers and reputations. Betrayals by close friends. Fans have already noticed subtle clues in Chrisean's recent posts that suggest those close to her betrayed her trust. Kill switch file. Now, let's talk about money. Industry insiders claim that earlier this year, a 6-figure payment was offered in connection with a now postponed Chrisean rock project. Supposedly, the offer was disguised as an advance on a new show, but insiders say it was really about locking her down under contract and stopping the leaks. Fans have also speculated that some of Chrisean's former collaborators have offered hush money, though there isn't any actual evidence yet. People are curious about whose names might be in Chrisean's files, despite the fact that this whole situation is so messy. Some fans are hoping for big revelations, such as finally exposing artists they think have gotten away with shady behavior for too long. Conspiracy theories also exist, with some speculating that a streaming platform under legal pressure may have secretly paid Chrisean to postpone or pay for documentaries altogether, while others suggest that a whole public relations firm representing several artists may be responsible. Her message to the world at this time is simple. She has all the cards and isn't afraid to play them. So, we're asking you, which 10 secrets do you think will come up first? Who is really behind keeping her quiet? The names that keep coming up in fan discussions include a number of Grammy-winning rappers, a controversial fashion mogul connected to a hip-hop singer known for her public activism but rumored private scandals, a top-tier producer whose past has already earned public attention, and of course, Christian Rock, who has shown that she doesn't bluff. If you're sick of phony friendships, phony feuds, and phony industry politics, hit the like button, subscribe, and notify me because Part 2 will contain real receipts, real confessions, and the truth that no one ever imagined would surface. Tag a friend who should see this, share your wildest theories in the comments section below, and who do you think will be named when those files are finally released? Because no matter what happens next, one thing is certain: the next move is hers, and everyone is watching. Next week is when everything changes, so stay connected, stay loud, and be ready. Will hip-hop as we know it end, or will the most authentic age ever begin?